guys, it's Mel. Welcome back to the messy eBay shed. So today is Wednesday and I've got another daily vlog for you. I'm going to take you along for the ride as I'm working in my eBay store today, what I'm doing here in my shed, and let's just see what verbal diarrhea comes out of my mouth today. Okay, yesterday I made a video that talked about selling book bundles on eBay. If you missed it, go and grab it because it's full of heaps of tips and tricks, and I really tried to share as much as I could tell you in that one video about selling bundles of books. But at the end of the day, I was left with all these bundles that I need to photograph and get listed in my store. By the time I edited my video yesterday, that job was not happening. So first up today, I really want to clear this table. Honestly, I've had bundles on this table for so long. I've been going to make a bundle video for, I reckon, nearly a month. And this is about the third lot of bundles that I've bought that I have to keep putting onto this table. Like, it's been like, do the bundle video, and I keep selling them and buying more. And anyway, I want this table free of space. I want to use it so that I can get this table and all the other stuff that's waiting for me to list and get photographed and stuff. I want to get that out of my way. This table is annoying me more than anything. All these books here, they are jam-packed on these shelves. I'm finding it really, really hard to get in there and pick my orders. Anything that like hinders you to go fast when you're doing those daily tasks like picking and packing orders, you want everything like that to be systemized. You want to have your proper work zones and stuff. So this is kind of like in my way. And the shed here, it's not huge. So if I'm packing my orders here, I don't really want that table either too far in the middle of the room because I've got my bags here to put all my shipments in. So I like to have this table here as a working to-do table, but I don't like it to be just stuck permanently with stuff on it, which makes it hard to move. Bundles it is today. I'm going to photograph these and see what happens. I don't know. I'm going to photograph these books. So I've only been photographing for about 15 minutes and I've made a pretty good dent in my table. I don't think it's going to take me much longer, but I've got a pretty interesting bundle here on the table, so I thought I'd show you before I pack it away. Now, all these books, they're all by different authors, but they're all around that same subject, paleo. So it's quite a variety of books there on paleo. So somebody who's getting into a paleo diet might really appreciate this book. This will give them a lot of value. So I think this is a great bundle. I don't think this will take very long to sell. So off my head, I'll probably price this book around the $40. I think there's a couple of good books in here. Okay, so this might interest you as well. Just a couple of minutes ago, I photographed this book bundle. Then I've just pulled out these 3 bigger books. But what I've just realized is these are all the same series. So this is 1 to 4 and this is 5, 6, and 7. So this is a prime example of books that I'm going to now change this bundle. I'm going to delete that one and I'm going to relist this as a book series from 1 to 7. Even though these are small books and these are large books, I'm still going to try and list this as a 1 to 7. Anyway, now I've got to rephotograph it. So somebody asked me on Instagram the other day, do I sell ex-library books? And the answer is yes. The best thing about books is it doesn't seem to matter what condition they are. Books that are in really poor condition or books that are ex-library and they've got library stickers on them, people still want them. It's one of the best things about the whole genre of books. You can't sell clothes that are in really acceptable condition with holes and scuffs and marks all over them. But when you come to sell books, it doesn't seem to matter. If somebody wants that book set, and if that book set is out of print, it makes it even more sought after. So obviously, yes, if you've got books in better condition, then obviously that's better. But don't be put off if there's books that are in poor condition or if they are ex-library. Here's an example because I was just photographing this lot and it's all ex-library. So I want to show you. Okay, now this set of ex-library, they've got all the library stickers down below. All these green dots are underneath the contact. So I can't take those stickers off. So I'm just weighing this set of books and they come to just over 5 kilos. So for flat rate postage here in Australia, there is a limit of 5 kilos and this one is just over 5 kilos without adding any extra packaging or anything. So I think this means I'm actually going to split this bundle into 2. So because this is a pretty unique set of bundles, probably when the first bundle sells, I might actually message the buyer on eBay, hey, I'm not sure if you realized I've got a second set of books that are in the same series if you're interested, and then maybe I might even end up getting 2 sales out of the one. Just make sure when you're selling the ex-library books, there is an item specific that says ex-library. Make sure you fill that in and disclose it in your description, and always make sure you put them only in acceptable condition because these books have obviously been read by a lot of people. Woo! My table is free. I've been going for about an hour. Can you see the sweat? Okay, so I've still got some more book bundles. I've got a Jamie Oliver book bundle that I'm going to make. I've got a Twilight bundle. I've got a whole heap of Michael Connolly that I need to put into groups of probably, I don't know, most of them I'll probably put into lots of 4, but I might do a couple of 3, maybe even one of 5 to mix it up. This is quite interesting, actually. Let me just put it up here on the table. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so what's this? The Encyclopedia of Aboriginal Australia, Volume 1 and Volume 2 in this slipcase. I'm not sure what this other little book is in it. Kind of looks like it's squished in there, but so I'm not sure if it's meant to be in there or not, but I'll leave it in there. I paid $20 for this set. If I've paid $20 for an item, I want to make sure I get that listed straight away. I don't want $20 items that I've paid for sitting in a death pile taking ages to list. So I've just pulled out that little book that was squished in there, and it's actually a CD or a DVD. So that's awesome that that's there and completes that series. Okay guys, these are all Michael Connolly books, and I want to show you my thought process on how I've decided to bundle this. So if you can do this when bundling up by certain authors, I highly suggest you do. Okay, take a look at the spines here. You will notice that these spines all look the same. They're all by a certain color. They've all got Michael Connolly there. They've all got a little picture in the middle. So somebody who's collecting these books and wants them to display in a bookcase, sometimes they like them to all look the same. So this is going to be a bundle that I'm going to create. These have all just got the solid black, so I've decided to bundle this as a lot. And these books, they're all just a little bit random. They all look different. But if I was to put one of these ones, let's say this, if I was to put this in amongst that bundle, it looks silly. Or if I was to put this bundle there, it doesn't really go. Honestly, to some people that would not even matter. It wouldn't even cross their brains to think to do that. But I'm telling you, if for somebody who's got OCD tendencies or even some ADD, that can drive people bonkers. If I've got books in a display, like on a bookcase, I like them to look the same. So I would definitely choose a bookseller that had taken the time to bundle their books and, you know, make them streamlined and make them all look the same than somebody who was selling the same 5 books but all in different random spines. I would choose the one where they all look the same. Woo, guys! I have got 2 empty tables. Oh my goodness, guys. I have not had 2 empty tables in, I can't even tell you how long. Oh my goodness. However, I'm not going to have 2 empty tables for very long because look at all the piles of stuff on the floor now waiting to do. These are all the non-book items that I've got sitting down there waiting to do. So I'm just sitting here working out my next move, having a little bit of a break. So it's 12:30. I've just put all those photos that I just took, I've just transferred them from my phone to my desktop into my folder that is for photos waiting to list. So there was actually, I just took 469 photos, which was 50 different listings. So I'm pretty happy about that. I've smashed that out. Now I've got to find time to actually get the listing done. I prefer to do all my listing in a big bulk batch. So I'd rather sit here for a few hours and just smash out listing and drafts and scheduling and all that kind of stuff. 12:30, but guys, I am getting hungry. I think I might go and get some lunch. I'm actually so bad. I've been sitting here for the last hour, like literally just craving Subway. Get in my belly. Ooh, look at that, guys. This is exactly what I needed for my weight loss. Next year, guys, 2022, I'm losing 10 kilos. Who's going to be with me on the weight loss ride in 2022? Get fit with Mel. My air conditioning is broken in this car. I don't know if you can see it, but I am now sweating like a pig. Anyway, what do they say? What's that old saying? You got to sweat like a pig, work like a horse to look like a fox. Pity I'm not sweating it out at the gym. Let's go get a drink and get back to getting shit done. I'm going to sit down here at the computer. I want to send some offers. I did send some this morning when I first woke up and was sitting in bed. I'm just going to go through and see if there's any more and I'll send some offers. I also want to just answer some comments that have come through on my video today. I just thought I'd see if there's any questions on here that maybe I can answer live while I'm going through them. Okay, so here is a great question by the Aussie Hustler. Say you purchase a haul and there's a few incomplete sets. sets. How do you remember which books you have versus what books you need when you're out in the thrift? And then how do you organize and store these incomplete sets or bundles until you complete and list them? This is a great question. It's also a tricky one, a little bit for me to explain. There are some sets that are just so very common and you come across them all the time at the thrift shops. And for example, I'll use the set Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey. Like normally you can pick those books up at any kind of thrift store. So some of the more popular series you'll come across very regularly. They're a dime a dozen. And then there's other series where you're less likely to find the missing book in that series if you're trying to save for it. So there is some book series that I will save up, and I've got a couple of shelves out in my back room there, which is a stockpile, and it is of certain authors that I know that I find regularly at the thrift shop. And a lot of that comes from practice and me selling books full time for 2 years nearly. So a lot of that just comes from my experience and my knowledge, and it's something that you learn over the time. But if you are looking at the books and you start noticing that every single thrift store you go to, you're starting to notice, oh, there's a Twilight book, there's a Twilight book, there's a Twilight book, you'll start to realize, okay, that must be a really common series. And you're not going to get mega bucks for those series, but like I can sell a Twilight series $35, $40. I can pick those books up anywhere I'm going. So when I have those really common books as well, like I've got a whole shelf out there of 50 Shades, right? So every time I sell a bundle of 50 Shades of Grey, I go and get another set of 50 Shades and I list a new bundle. And then when I'm choosing a bundle to make, I normally try and make a bundle out of the same condition because it's basically the same book. So if I've got 3 really acceptable books, I'll try and put them together and then I'll just make a note that the books are a little bit scuffed or, you know, mark them as acceptable. Whereas if I've got 3 books that are all really good condition, I'd rather put those books together and try and price those ones a few dollars higher than maybe the ones that are acceptable condition. I'll show you these shelves if you like, what I've got. Okay, these shelves are definitely a little bit messy because in my old storage units, I had many more shelves that I used as death pile, and now I've only got a few shelves. So up the top here, you'll see I've got quite the collection of Vampire Academy, and I try and set them together because when I sell this set in a bundle of the full set, then it sells for really quite good money. So on these sets that are very common that I'm collecting all the time, I've got a little, in the notes section of my phone, I've got like a little list of the books that I'm missing from particular sets, so that sometimes if I'm in a charity shop and there's one book and it's a little bit more money, say it was $3, but I've got every other book up here to the Vampire Academy series except for that one missing book, I will pay that $3 for that one book because these ones I've all sourced for cheap. All the ones that are sitting here in the death pile have come to me for very cheap. I'm not paying up for these books to sit in my death pile. Here is some James Patterson that I've got. So I'm trying to build these up because I like to list these books in the order that they go to. So here I've got 12, 13, 15, 16. So I know that I'm looking for 14 and then that will make a bundle. And what else? I'm missing book 8 here. So then I could make 7, 8, 9, 10. So, and I've got 2, 4, 5. So I just keep a little list of the ones that I'm missing from these bigger series so I know what to look out for. Okay, so down here you can see that I've got some True Blood. Once I sell a series of True Blood, I relist another one. Now this one I've actually put here in the plastic wrap. Because it's on this shelf, I know that it's death pile. And because I've bundled it up, it means that that's a full set. So next time I sell a True Blood bundle, this will be the next one I go to because I've already worked out that's a full set. But I have got loads of True Blood in the background. There's another one down here, I think. Yeah, there's another one that's waiting to go that's already bundled up. Those haven't been photographed or anything. They're just simply bundled so I know that I can just grab that instead of having to sort through all these books and work out, because there's like 13 in series and so it's quite time consuming. So instead of me having to sit down and work out that bundle, I've already got another one ready to go. So there you go. There's like 4 big stacks there of 50 Shades of Grey. So yeah, so the best thing about having stacks like that in the death pile is if I'm looking for things to list, if I've got nothing new here and I'm looking to make some bundles, I can always just start putting something together, like those James Patterson books. So I didn't have 4 together in a row, but I did have 2. So if I really wanted to get an extra listing into my store, I could just make a new listing with 2 of those books. Now let me just find one to give you another example. Hold on, this one. Now, this is a trilogy that you don't find very common. Like, I'm not going to find this in the charity shop like I'm going to find Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey. This is not going to be a common find. If they only had books 1 and 3, I'm not going to buy book 1 and 3 and set it aside over here on my death pile. Because chances of me finding book 2 in this series at a thrift shop is going to be like really slight to none. So then I have to make that educated decision on whether or not I want to sell this as just like 2 books, books 1 and 3 together, or if I'd be able to sell them as enough for, you know, individual books. And you'd have to make that as a bit of an educated decision by looking at how many of these books are selling and for how much they're selling for. I hope that helps. Let me know if you got any more questions on that, guys. I'm just looking at my sales and I've just had a really good book sale, so I want to show it to you. So on Monday, because I'd had a really quiet weekend and I'd also had that negative feedback which I thought might have been impacting my store, I threw a 20% offer up on 500 items that were in my store. Now this book has sold on the 20%, but I've just sold this book for $97.95. Yes, and that's on a 20% off. So I had this listed even higher. Now, where did I get this book? I got it in my hoarder's haul, of course. Literally paid 5 cents for this book that's just sold for $97. Oh my goodness. This hoarder guy had so many valuable books, it's not funny. This book is a J.R. Tolkien book. While I was comping the book, I found out it was quite a rare book. This book has been covered in like a plastic sleeve to help protect it. It can be removed. The actual book is in very good condition, but $97, guys, what a fantastic sale for a single book. Couldn't be happier. Now, I also want to show you another order that is sold on the 20% off. So let me grab it for you. Look at my death pile of clothes. Guys, I don't have many clothes that are waiting to list. But this one hanger is trying to hold them all. And there's a few that have been shoved here. Hold on. Let's add them to the death pile table that was empty. It's no longer empty. Okay, it's over here. Let me show it to you. It's called Dalziel and Pascoe. I think it's actually a British series. From memory, these weren't in the correct order. Let me just have a look. Okay, yep. So I've got seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. So I was missing a couple of seasons in between, but I bought all of those DVDs for $1 each. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7. $7 this baby cost me, and I just sold it on the 20% off, but I still got $79 for this bundle on 20% off. Now this bear up here, it's a Build-A-Bear. Let me show you. Now I only bought this last week, and a lady sent me a message this morning saying if she bought this, would I send it for express post, and she'd be happy to pay the extra. Now because I'm so nice and it's Christmas and nobody ever asked me for express post, I told her I would happily give her express post, and I didn't even expect her to pay the extra $3. Sometimes it's all about that little customer service, and I wanted this sale because this bear was a high-end bear. So for me to offer the express post for free, I was quite happy to do that. Anyway, this Build-A-Bear, it's still got a tag on it. It did have a couple of really light marks underneath here that you can barely see. I did put a note in the description that said they were there, but she's just paid me $79 for this bear. I've sold a few pretty expensive plush bears lately. Like, I would definitely keep my eye out for some of those plush bears. Although I will say the plushes that I've sold lately, they've all been new with tags. So it's possible that they're going out for Christmas presents. But yeah, some of these plush toys, they're definitely surprising me with how much money they can bring, especially a Build-A-Bear. I've sold another Mills and Boon book bundle here. Down low, $12.56. There we are. Don't be looking at my feet, all you people with the foot fetish. Sorry. My feet aren't good enough for the foot fetish market, or else I'd be selling my feet pics, let me tell you that. And this book here, Assassin's Creed, I've had this one listed for a long time, but anyway, it's just sold for $24.99. Okay, now this is 2 orders going to the same woman. One of them is on B3. These ones. And the other one is on E4. And you can already see them down here. So this is a great example for bundles because this customer has now spent $44 with me on basic, run-of-the-mill, low-end books. Now, these two were the same author that I bundled up together, but these four, again, these were all different authors. This one's even a different size book, but again, they're all on the same theme, that country, outback, cowboy, Australia type themed books. Okay, M4, I've sold another plush toy. Okay, this is just like a small cat plush toy. Again, it's new with tags. I've just sold it for $20.90. The birth partner on P2. I'm looking for the birth partner, Oh. This table's still in the way. I need to get in. The Complete Guide to Childbirth for Dads, Doulas, and Other Labour Companions. Well, do you want to know what my advice is to all the dads and the doulas and the birth partners? As somebody who had 4 kids and birthed them all naturally, let me give you my top tip. Do whatever the woman asks. Do whatever the mother asks. Whatever she asks for, go and get. Whatever she wants you to do it. My poor husband had to stand there like with the hose on my back, like while I was in the shower. I reckon he stood there for about 4 hours. Don't you take that hose off my back. These clothes are annoying me. They can go back onto the DVD shelf. Right. 3 Thomas the Tank books. This is just, again, 3 random Thomas the Tank sets. I just found these individually. I would have bought these all at the same store. They just would have seen them there all together and thought, hey, I can make a bundle out of that. Anyway, that has sold for $24 or $25, I think. Okay, guess where the next book is? Shelf 05. Yes, guys. It is the bottom shelf behind all my buys. Okay, going out the door is this book on daily gratitude, and this is just sold for $19.95. Greed and Corporate Failure. This book is going out for $26.99, so not a bad book. What am I looking for? I can't even remember the name of it. I'll know it if I see it, but nope. Maybe it was F2. Maybe it was F2. Ah, that's it. I knew it by looking, but I was like, is it F2 or F3? 2 books here going out for $25. It is by an author called Mally Meloy. I don't think I've ever sold this girl. It looks like young adult fiction. 2 books for $25, not bad. Yesterday in my vlog, I showed you this book that sold for like $59 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I was talking about how bad this book looked in the, how in terrible condition it was. But this lady in my comments gave a really good tip that it doesn't always matter about the condition of the dust cover, because a lot of these really old books, they're missing the dust cover. So a lot of people are just happy to get one of these rare books that's actually got the dust cover on. But what she was saying is, for a book collector, it's a really good idea on some of these really old vintage books to not only take the photo with the dust cover, but to take a photo of the book, because she said the book itself might be in excellent condition. So a great tip from this person who was watching my video, and I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. I think it was Signa. A really great tip, she said, is if you can, in your descriptions with the very old vintage books, is make sure you kind of like you can actually write a little comment about how the condition of the book with the dust cover is only really acceptable, but the condition of the book under the dust cover might be good. I actually think that's a pretty good tip, and from now on, if I'm selling some of these really old books that are high priced, I might actually start taking a photo of the book without the cover on. I need a water bottle out here. I've got to get off this Coke. Next year, no Coke. Okay, I got to go to the post office and I got to pick up my daughter. So I'm going to do that now. Thanks guys again for following me today. I'm actually really enjoying these daily videos. It's only been 3 days. I might be saying something different in a few days' time. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting to share just like more of the everyday stuff with you guys that I wouldn't specifically make an entire video for. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like these kind of vlogs, do you like them where I'm just kind of talking about things as I go along and things that are happening in my store or sales that I'm getting or, you know, questions I'm getting from people? Do you like this kind of stuff? Let me know. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Bye.